everybody. I'm Lady Nika, and with this week's episode of Black Ink Crew. This is season 1, episode 8, Yacht rocked. Yeah, I imagine so that y'all was rocking with the chat. Did y'all seen it? I'm sorry, y'all. This is late. Like I told you all, it's been kind of a hectic time for me right now with the holidays coming, business increasing, catering gigs, sick parent. Just a whole lot of shit, y'all. But y'all know that I was going to do everything I could to come down here and talk about. Now, I would have let Tara and Amina and them go, but I wasn't going to let Van go. I know that last week he was pissing me off and I was talking crazy and shit, and I broke up with him. But that's how couples do, because y'all know that's my man in my head, right? Okay, so we had got back together this week. So y'all can go on and send me that P.O. box number. But see, I ain't all the way happy with his ass, so I got to think about whether or not I'm going to put something on them books or not. But, yeah, I had quit him last week, but I done came back home. I done came on back home. So we started this episode off with Danielle talking to Kat about the blow-up last week she had with the fellas. And at the same time, she's saying that the camera pans over to Ryan and Van having this same fucking conversation, and basically there's no resolve to this shit. You know what I'm saying? These folks is not gonna agree. They feeling like she trying to lead the fold and not be a part of the family. She feel like, bitches, why y'all tripping? We are still family, but we all gotta have our own destiny in life, and I'm just trying to work towards mine. But they weren't trying to hear that shit. Alright, next we got Danielle and Charmaine moms that come to town, and we find out that the mothers, although related just as the girls are, they are equally as close. They got that same type of relationship. And of course, they talking about the girls' different relationships. And of course, that the conversation was about Dawn when it came to Charmaine, and Terrence is brought up as well. Because that's Danielle, whatever. I don't even know what to call that shit. Well, Danielle tells us she wants to be with Terrence, but he all talking, no motherfucking action. And she thinking that she should move on. And I'm thinking you would be right. After what he did last week, child, why do you want to waste your time? You're a pretty girl, and you have an opportunity to be with a guy, according to what we see on this show, that has something going for himself, that really wants to be with you. So why would you settle for a man who's still, holding your emotions in limbo while he figure out who the fuck he want to be, and in the meantime, in between time, he fucking bitches left and right, okay? Kat goes over to visit Ford at his house, and she in her feelings because he didn't say a word to defend her when she was having that conversation with Ryan and the other guys at the shop, right? And when he realized what she was coming there to talk about, he got really uninterested, and he was kind of rude to her. Because had a motherfucker in the midst of me having a conversation with them haul off and cut a blender on making a shake, bitch, bye. But she can't, she gonna continue to talk about it. She feels that, he feels that it wasn't a situation where sides needed to be picked. However, she's saying that you could have at the very least said that, let's just calm the situation down and go our separate ways and come back and talk about it when it's a little bit better. There's no reason for all of you all to be coming at her, and like this at one time. And you see how emotional she was. Child, she felt like that's what he's supposed to say. That would take... Okay, I ain't gonna go there with that boy. And then she said she thought that he would do that because she felt that they were trying to, that would be something that he would do, especially if he's trying to work on having a relationship with her. And that's when he got confused, because it was revealed that they did sleep together, but he slept with her under the understanding that this was just like, we bumping uglies tonight. We ain't in love. We just fucking around. But in her mind, when she opened her leg, that was her nigga. And that's what she is wrong at. Now, I'm not here for Ford, because if you ask me, out of all of the characters on Black Ink Crew Chicago, Ford seems a little bit to be the slowest one. He more slow than done. I can understand why they brothers. But he just seemed like he's slow. That motherfucker. And I thought he really did like her. But in this scene, you could tell he really did. Because in past episodes, he didn't act like he really was into Kat. He wanted to be with Kat. Child, looked like all he wanted was some Kat. Because once he got it, this dude didn't act like he wanted to be with her no more, child. He didn't think that they were no boyfriend and girlfriend. He thought that they was just, they were fuck buddies. And my thing is, cat, these niggas will fuck and duck so quick, girl. You seem to be good. You seem to be a good chick. Now, word on the streets is that the pussy belong to Ryan, but you saying that it ain't, and so is he. So I'm gonna go along with what y'all are saying on what you giving me on this show. But my thing to you is, you better than 4. This you got in your mind what you really want to do in your life. You got a plan. This motherfucker still running around doing some of everything. He's so off balance and don't know what direction he going into. Hell, you remember when he went to New York, that damn Epic exec, even though it was Epic Records, ain't a whole lot, it ain't like they the best of the best either. But that man didn't even know what kind of category to place him under. Because he's so all over the place. Child, his mind is all over the place. So why did you want this dude? It ain't nowhere in here. I wouldn't even never get him no pussy. I ain't lying. I would not have. Now y'all know I get up the van in a heartbeat. But I swear to God, I would never have. I would have never have fucked 4. 4 look like he dirty. 4 look like he stink. He like his nuts stink. I don't know. I just would have never did it. Well, after he tell her all of that, child, she see then, she realized then that ain't the man for her, and he seemed to been alright with that, because they pretty much chunk deuces. Next we see Darnell, Lord, what that child name? Come on, Nika. Danielle and Charmaine discussing, her, maybe she need to get her, Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. My mind went somewhere else, and then I read the notes wrong. Danielle and Charmaine discussing getting that bitch a new man, because she over here in love with 1-800 choke that hoe, and it just ain't never gonna work, okay? So next Van comes in, and he kind of down in his spirits, and back against the wind, because next week he was going to sentencing. We hear the story along with the clip of what happened, and I really don't understand it, because from what I'm saying, it don't look like he did nothing, but it is what it is. And he said that he had to go next week. It was inevitable. So we know that he will be going to jail. And I told y'all last week he's already there now. What else happened? Child, let me tell you about that lawyer here. See that lawyer here? That man was basically telling him that he need to go ahead on and just accept it, and almost as if he was telling that man to be happy with him. And I was saying to myself, baby, this lawyer's like you. I don't fuck with. I'd have been fired you. Now, it may not be nothing that he can do, to avoid going to jail, but I damn sure wouldn't have a lawyer that's sitting there trying to placate me about the situation. Bitch, you gonna do the time for me then. Talking about it could be worse. I'm like, baby, you would have been fired fucking with me. I promise you. He would have been fired. But he kind of upset about that, because he feels that, he's not going to be able to help the family. He's not going to be there with his child anymore. He's not going to be able to help the family members and friends that, depend on him from time to time to help him out. And plus, that man don't want to lose his fucking freedom, child. Somebody telling you when to eat, sleep, and piss. Oh, hell no. Don't nobody want to be under that kind of roof, especially when you used to what you call freedom. And he's probably, he ain't broke. So, he done had some luxuries in life. All that gonna be snatched away, and he gonna be getting 3 hots in a cot and a bunch of niggas around him. No pussy, no well. Child, I don't get it. But he upset about that. But he does this tattoo on somebody named Monique thing. And again, like I said, he's just thinking about what the ramifications of his incarceration will be. Even though it won't be what we consider no long time. Child, a day is too long if it's for a person that ain't never been there or don't want to ever go back after they have been. Right there, but like I said, child, one day is too long for me, going to jail. He was just all in his feelings, and I was all in mine too, honey, because y'all know I got what you call this thing called passion for man, so I'm just distraught, but honey, he gonna be something when he come out of there. You know what they say about that jail, baby, that jail, if it don't turn them, it be some good ping when they come out. So I might have to go to Chicago and see if he want to do a tattoo on me somewhere. Let me stop my ass. It's just straight tripping, but I'm so serious, man. I am, I'm ready, child. Don't let this here fool you. It's power behind this thing, honey. Anyway, Ryan and Danielle have a talk, and they flirting with each other, and they clearly have a chemistry between the two of them. But she afraid to to have herself hurt again. She's trying not to be hurt, and she tell him that she's only been with one person. And Ryan looking at her like, we adults, and that don't bother me, child. I can show you how it feels to have good dick in your life on the rig. Holler at a player. He also assures her that if they choose to do it, they're going to do it all the way. They're not going to half-ass with that. Y'all know that nigga like to be in a relationship, and she seemed like she pegging for one, too. So, you know, it is what it is, bitch. Go on and hook up. I wouldn't have no problem with it, child. None whatsoever at all. Since Rachel ain't around, Ryan is ready to get him some new choo-choo. And Danielle, girl, you better get on that dick. That's all I can say. I would. But anyway, Charmaine pops pussy on over to this date that she got on this app called Soul Swipe. And dude came in there looking like, you know, he on the junior deacon board, but he was alright. He started out with him a Long Island iced tea. So, cause he did that, you know, my brother's spilling all the teas like him some Long Island iced tea. So he was alright with me at that point. I said, alright, it ain't got to be something good about you bitches starting off with the Long Island. But in short, this conversation was crazy for a first date. This girl on here telling him, basically she talking about Don again, how the sex was so wild and freaky at her swinging from chandeliers, and dude is looking like he is very, very uncomfortable. Like, should we be, you know, is this type of conversation? And she basically let him know, you know, that she was here for the one night stand. You know, she's been talking about it in her confessionals, y'all, that she wanted to get a box bang. And I can't knock a bitch for wanting to get a box bang. Bitch, is how you say it here. You ain't just got to come across as no thirsty asshole. See, I told y'all episode 1, this was the whole of the season. See, follow Nika, she won't lead you wrong. Okay? But she told that man all that shit, and before you know it, he was ready to get the fuck away from around her, because that is not what he signed up for. He was more or less looking for a real date that could possibly lead to something like that. She, on the other hand, talking about she don't be wanting to wait around, because she did that one time, and 3 months in, she found out his dick wasn't no good, so she ain't want no parts of it. Whatever, child. She scared that motherfucker off. Then she gonna say she ain't gonna never go back to Soul Swipe. She think that it was a waste of time. You think, bitch? Maybe you should have been on something like Black Planet, honey. You probably would have got your old dick to come through. Next, Ryan throws an employee appreciation party on the yacht. And he offered Kat to come. But, of course, you know, Kat is in her feelings, so she ain't coming. Okay. Now, it's drinks and all these crazy motherfuckers, especially 1-800-CHOKE that hoe there. And I'm wondering, okay, what kind of bullshit gonna happen? So I'm sitting here wondering when we gonna get this bullshit on the road. Come to find out, we ain't getting the bullshit on the road yet, because A, we waiting on Ashley, because Dawn had invited Ashley, so we know we waiting on some drama. And in the meantime, in between time, child, you got Charmaine and got extra crunk. I guess she started before she left home, because she full of some, child, and she couldn't have got that full that fast. So she is sitting there full of some kind of alcohol, and she is twerking on the pole captain, and he looking so married and uncomfortable. That man didn't know how to handle that shit. That man looked like he wanted to send her SOS out already, and they hadn't even left Doc yet. I'm like, girl, I told y'all she was the whole of the crew. I mean, I want to be here for her, but I just can't see it for her, because she ain't no better than, you know, she a thought too, honey. But, you know, thoughts need love too, just not from me. Ryan and Danielle have another moment of flirting with each other that leads them into going down into this little hull of the boat. I guess a little room in there and shit. And I don't know, child, based on the sounds we heard, it sounded like they was making out. Don't sound like they was fucking, but it sounded like some heavy ass smacking and kissing was going on in that moment on the show. Why my bang won't act right? It's pissing me off. But anyway, child, after Ashley and her friend arrived to the boat, Dawn, well, immediately Charmaine gets to want to have a conversation with this woman, going up to her, speaking to her, asking her how they doing and shit. Dawn don't want her talking to his woman, of course, because he know he ain't right for the shit that he doing. So he get her away from around her, okay? They all enjoying the water. They done jumped in the water now. They having a good damn time, child. Charmaine feeling some kind of way. So she decides she wants to go over there and talk to Ashley yet again, because Ashley wasn't in the water. And she over there telling her that, you know, whatever went on between her and Dawn was a long time ago. And Ashley like, no, bitch, because a long time ago, that wasn't no long time ago, because we were together, so that wasn't no long time ago. And basically, it's pointless for us to continue to have this conversation, because he say he ain't do it, and you say he did. At this point, Don has seen that she is talking to his woman yet again, and he gets out the water and come to the boat, child. And when he get over there, he over there telling her, you know, basically trying to separate them. And this when Ashley jumped in her feelings like, you don't want me talking to this bitch, why? Every time I try to have a conversation with this hoe, you got something to say. What is the problem? You made me feel like what she's saying is right because you keep wanting to have conversations. You keep trying to stop me and her from having any type of conversations with one another, okay? Child Ashley and her feelings trying to hide because she feel like he hiding some. Ford jumps in that shit talking about do she realize the sacrifices that he making to try to be with her and shit. And I'm like, boy, that ain't your goddamn business. Stay out of that people business. Well, Dawn walks off and go to talk to Charmaine. And it wasn't long before the shit became explosive. And Charmaine saying that he should have told her about his situation, right? Ashley eavesdrops and hears it all, and she goes over there to Ashley and starts saying that she didn't know that they were still together. She thought that situation was over. And child, that was the word that triggered it all off. That nigga went, you know, he went from being 1-800 choke that hoe to the Incredible Hulk, and he went to acting a fool, getting ready to damn near whoop Charmaine ass yet again. All because he guilty, okay? That's why he doing all of that shit. But Van has to intercede with it and kind of tackle him down. Child, they have fell all over this little Mexican man. I'm like, y'all is tussling and don't realize, because that's how amped up that this dude is at this point. And she like, what the fuck is going, you know, y'all get off that damn man. So the man finally get from up under them and he pushed them away from him. They still trying to tussle with 1-800 choke that hoe because he just determined to whoop this bitch ass. And Van broke down and let him know, look man, let me tell you something. You sitting up here about to lose your freedom, make a mistake that's going to take you away from your child. Don't you see what I'm going through? At some point you ought to have seen, you know, your attitude is too much. That's how you lost your scholarship. That's how you in the situation that you in. You need to calm down and think about what you do before you do it, because one mistake can mess your life up forever. Okay, and while he's telling him that, you know, he had him in a lock for a while, child. When he had him in that lock, he was you got Ashley talking about let him up because he got asthma. For talking about breathe shit, bitch. Van still had what he had to say, and he said it, and then basically that was it. Look at what the situation that I'm in. You don't want to trade places with what I've been through, Miss Sophia. You don't want to trade places. Sitting at jail till I yet about done rot to death. You do not want to trade places with what I done been through. And finally they understand and they hug it out, shit, whatever. Child, I don't know. My main thing about this before I go on to the last scene of the night. We watching all this turn up out of Dawn, okay? And I'm just wondering, is Ford and Ashley paying attention to what we, the viewing audience, is watching? We are watching a man who is clearly unable to deal with his emotions, so much so that this man is willing to fight. Okay? He willing to fight. Is it worth fighting? No, it's not. It's not worth feeling that upset. I wonder if they realize this dude might need some psychological help, because he's a time bomb waiting to go off, and ain't no telling who he'll go off on. I worry for not just the safety of himself, because he could get fucked up too, but also for the safety of his girlfriend Ashley and their child. Somebody need to be addressing that this boy needs some help, because clearly something is not right. Now, I laugh and talk and joke a lot about this show because it's all one big kiki to me, if you want to know the truth. The only thing that I take serious off about Black Ink Crew Chicago is the fact that they do some dope ass tats, and that Van is finer than a motherfucker, and I would love to slam dunk him as soon as he get out of jail. That's the only part of it that I take serious. But I do take serious the fact that this boy has shown us on several occasions that he has a anger problem, and when it's explosive like that, it could lead to him hurting himself or being hurt, and I think that's something they need to address. Now, back to the bullshit. Kat comes to the 9 mag, and she saying she got clients, but Kat is moving, honey. She is no longer with 9 mag. She is moving up to, she rented her a suite upstairs on the 4th floor. And they all looking all her crazy, trying to figure out why is she doing this. She said she did try to reach out to Ryan, but he is not answering that phone, honey. So that lets her know that things will never be the way it used to be. And right now, she feels that she needs to make her move and go do other things to keep the peace level where it needs to be. The girls help her move up, and child, that is about all that happened on this episode of Black Ink Crew. In the meantime, in between time, please like, comment, subscribe. I will see you all again here for The Real World Now. Peace.